Right now, Colorado's housing market is pulling a complete 180. Homes that used to sell in days are now sitting for weeks. Sellers are quietly cutting prices, and a bold political move could decide exactly where the next wave of Colorado neighborhoods will spring up. Here's the thing. If you know these 5 trends, you can either save tens of thousands of dollars as a buyer or avoid losing it as a seller. Hi, I'm Mark Powell with Osborne Home Group and eXp Realty here in Northern Colorado. Let's break down what's really happening. Trend number 1, the buyer's market shift. In Denver metro area, we're seeing one of the largest gaps between supply and demand ever recorded. Over 40% more sellers than buyers. Picture this. Last summer, buyers were racing to beat each other to the closing table. This year, many are taking their time, visiting multiple homes, and negotiating hard. Statewide, active listings are up 16% compared to this time last year. The average days on market has climbed from about 28 days to 39 days. That extra 11 days might not sound huge, but in real estate, it's a clear sign that urgency is fading and leverage is shifting. Buyers now have the upper hand. More selection, more time, and more negotiating. Sellers are having to sweeten the deal with concessions, closing cost help, or price adjustments. Trend number 2, inventory surge across the state. This isn't just a Denver phenomenon. In Colorado Springs, active listings are up nearly 30% year over year, reaching over 4,200 homes on the market. The average time to sell there has jumped almost by 2 weeks compared to last year. We're also seeing similar patterns in northern Colorado. The mountain communities and even smaller rural towns. Homes that used to vanish from the MLS in under a week are now hanging around long enough for buyers to come back for a second look. That's a massive change in buying psychology. Gone is the offer now or lose it forever mindset. Trend 3, price growth slowing. For years, Colorado's home prices have been on a rocket ship. Double-digit percentage gains were the norm, but 2025 looks different. Statewide, the median home price has barely nudged upwards, less than 1% growth over the past 12 months. Some areas, particularly more expensive neighborhoods, are seeing slight dips. This doesn't signal a crash, but it's definitely a cool down. What's driving it? Higher interest rates have thinned out the pool of ready buyers, and the surge in inventory means sellers can't be as aggressive with pricing. Buyers are also more value conscious, looking for move-in ready homes that justify the asking price, rather than paying top dollar for a property that needs updates. One of the biggest wild cards this year has come from the state capitol. Governor Jared Polis has tied $28 million in state grants to local governments agreeing to adopt pro-housing policies. That means if a city wants access to that money, it has to allow things like accessory dwelling units, small backyard homes, reduce parking requirements for new builds, and permit higher density housing near public transit. If local governments refuse, they risk losing millions in funding. That could slow development in some areas and speed it up dramatically in others. Imagine how this could reshape housing availability. More apartments and townhomes near train stations, more backyard cottages in older neighborhoods, and potentially faster growth in communities willing to play ball. Trend number 5, wildfire risk and greed homes. Finally, environmental factors are playing a bigger role than ever in home buying decisions. Wildfire risk is a real concern, especially in the foothills and mountain towns like Estes Park, Nederland, and parts of Boulder County. Insurance premiums have spiked for certain properties, and in some cases, coverage can be harder to secure. This has made some buyers think twice about otherwise desirable homes. On the flip side, we're seeing strong demand for eco-conscious, tech-enabled properties. Homes with solar panels, electric vehicle charging stations, smart thermostats, high-efficiency HVAC systems, and even gray water recycling are attracting more attention and often selling faster. These features aren't just about sustainability, they can save homeowners money long-term and appeal to a growing pool of environmentally minded buyers. So, here's the big takeaway. If you're a buyer, this is the most negotiating power you've had in years. Use it. If you're a seller, presentation, pricing, and positioning are more important than ever. And no matter which side you're on, knowing these trends gives you a huge advantage. If you want to know how these shifts are playing out in your neighborhood, let's connect. Drop a comment, send me a message, and I'll walk you through the numbers specific to your area. And as always, stay tuned for more Colorado real estate tips by liking and subscribing. See you in the next one. Bye.